All right, ladies and gents, at long last, we're back for part 3 of the career of Aphrodite. I gotta mention right off the top, the day you're watching this is the day the Breeders' Cup starts. Should be 2 really good days of racing. I think it's at Del Mar this year. I bet on it, but I didn't. Let me look it up real quick on my betting apparatus. Yeah, it's at Del Mar. So it should be on USA Network today and a little bit on Peacock. Tomorrow it may be on NBC, so don't forget to stop by and check out some live racing if you get the chance today or tomorrow. All right, so we're looking for a race here, and I think we're just going to end up back where we always end up, which is down in Dubai. Looking at some other races here, but basically I'm just trying to pick up additional horse titles at this point. Again, the limiting factor, as you can see up top, is the furlongs that Aphrodite is best accustomed to running. That is a limiting factor. Although I may try to step outside those boundaries a little bit later on. Also, I want to mention, I don't know when I'm going to be uploading the next episode in this. I really want to finish Cyberpunk and get that over with. I'm kind of really over that game right now. I also really want to finish up Ready or Not. And I really want to get started on The Outer Worlds #1, the Spacer's Choice Edition. So I'm sure everyone's going to be delighted about that. But in theory, this and The Outer Worlds would alternate episodes on the weekends. And I don't know after that. We'll see. All right, we end up doing the Nagano Stakes. Maybe I already raced in Dubai. Maybe the Dubai race was the last race. All right, Nagano Stakes. We are the favorite, pretty heavily favored to win. So we're going to do our standard exacta straight 9.4 to 1 and get our bet in there. Is this our 6th year of racing? I think it might be our 6th year of racing. I didn't pay attention. Right there in the beginning, it will tell you how many years you've raced. All right, we hold the track record, so should be easy, right? 1:34-2 is the track record. Taking a brief look at the field here. And yes, in case you're wondering, Vaz asked in another video, yes, I record the video and then I go back and record the voiceover over the video. So for each hour-long video, I am taking 2 hours to produce it, in essence, 1 hour of playing it and 1 hour of recording the voiceover, not counting the upload time, which I wrote after my order. You know, didn't get a great start there. That's okay. We're going to move over to the rail here, or maybe the 2 slot. The 1 moves over. Do we have enough space? I think we do. So we're just going to leave it there. We are way behind the rest of the field, which is good, but also not good. Ooh, look at that. Part 1 of the Red Revolutions. We're going to have to dial our speed back a little bit because we're overheating. And of course, we can't get in the green anymore. Someday I've got to try to breed a horse with a really good feel stat.
Okay.
All right, fast pace. Yes, look how strung out the field is. And we are no longer last. And can we get the revolutions? We're going to hit it. At 1.8, I want to come out of this turn so I can go. There we get the whip going. Hyperspace engaged. We're going to actually move out around and go back to the whip and leave the field in the dust. Will that be a track record? No. It came up just short, 1:34.9. Probably because I had to move around that one horse. So, good job. Not great job, but good job, horse. You can see the grandstands there in Nagano. And we hit our bet. Look at that, all SS. Beautiful. And we are out of energy, so it's going to be a while before we get to our next race. There you can see our speed is 99 in the inverse, so that means we're over 100 in speed. While we're looking for our next race, I'm new to this apartment complex. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight on Halloween. I bought 2 100-piece bags of candy, so hopefully no one visits. So I'll have 100, 200 pieces of candy to have to eat. We'll see. All right, we registered for the Golden Pluto Stakes. I don't know if I've raced this one before, but I'm trying to get either the special short distance title or the special 8 furlong title, which I've already gotten with other horses. Our exact is 10.7 to 1. So that'll be about 11K if we win. Someday I'm gonna do something to get rid of those blank spaces in between the betting and the race. All right, Golden Pluto Stakes. The record is 1, 10, and 8 by Country Art. So I would say I haven't raced in this one before. We're favored at 2.5 to 1, and we are side by side with our number 1 rival. And
the horses are on the track.
Pretty good start.
And away they go.
6 furlongs, off we go. We're going to allow ourselves to sink to the rear just to better trigger our abilities and stuff like that. And we're in the green. We're creeping up a little bit. Maybe I should slow down a little bit. We're not going to get the revolution, so we're going to have to win this on our charm and good looks alone. All right, we go to the whip at 2.3.
2 furlongs to go. Show your guts.
We got to run down the 8 horse. I'm gaining ground. We're going to go back to the whip, and we are going to pass the 8 horse in the stretch and take the victory. I don't think I set the course record though.
We have a winner.
I did set the course record. Never mind.
Title earned.
All right, Sprint Champ unlocked. Horse title. Great job. And we set the course record. All right, so I don't have to race any more short races anymore. We didn't get paid, unfortunately, but in every life, some rain must fall. All right, back out of energy here. Let's go to the all-rounder step and check out these new titles. The International Grade 1 wins on every country. Japan, England, France, Ireland, America, UAE, Hong Kong, Australia, and Singapore. And I guess we can try for that. And here's the thing. Because that wasn't unlocked, all of our previous wins do not count towards that horse title. Right now we are 27 races, and our record is 23 wins and 2 places, and 23 of those have been grade 1. So yeah, we have to pull off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins, one in every country where they hold a grade 1 race. So I guess we can start working on that. On a horse with no energy. All right, now we're in the right place. Super Sprint Cup, Super Mile Cup. I think we might do the Super Mile Cup because I want to get the 8 furlong horse title. All right. And we're just going to do race by race now because we're going to have to pick and choose very carefully based on location and distance what races we're choosing. All right. As you can see, we are in our 6th year. We are racing. Our main rival is a 3-year-old horse, which in theory would have the huge advantage. But like wine, not all horses get worse with age. I said that the wrong way. Wine gets better with age, and so do some horses. How about that? Yeah. So we are the favorite, and we are gonna... Sorry about the email sounds in the background. It is my day off today. All right, we're in Normandy, France, the Super Mile Cup. I'm going to check France off our list of nations that we have to win races in. There was the favorite. Here is our horse, oh, pardon me, the second favorite, our main rival. And here are the other horses, which no one cares about.
The horses are on the track.
All right, a little foggy, overcast here.
And away they go.
And we're off. And we're going to let everybody else take the lead, including the 10. And just trying to get a little bit faster. Oh, that's too much. All right, we're not going to get the revolution, so my caring about that is out the window. But I also don't like overheating.
Okay, this is where the race
We're
is
going
won.
to speed up just a little bit here, approaching the whip point. You can see we're just cutting through the pack. And we're going to go to the whip here, maybe at 1.8. I'm in the lead. All right, let's salt it away. Off we go. Everybody's falling back. They cannot keep the pace with Aphrodite, who leaves a trail of lovers in her wake. All right, there's the win. Easy peasy.
We have a winner.
In the Super Mile Cup. No record, no money. Story of my life. All right. Tenacity 98. Fierce 97. Courage 95. It's either red or blue on my horse skill card. That's pretty wild. So I think when you get into that second breeding generation, so you breed 2 game horses and get a made-up horse. That's generation 1. And then you breed 2 of those horses to get a new horse. That's what we're talking about right now, generation 2. That's where you start getting into the really good horses in terms of your breeding and what can come out of that, in my opinion. All right, so I think we need a Japan race. Maybe Osaka Cup. Japanese World Cup Sprint in Fukuoka is a possibility. World Cup Sprint in New York is a possibility. Also World Cup, is that mile? World Cup mile? I need one of each, so we'll do the Japanese World Cup Sprint in Fukuoka, Japan, which I've never been to. All right, while we look at my betting, let me look something up really quickly. All right, look, the internet knew what I was going to ask. What is Fukuoka known for? It is known for its delicious tonkatsu ramen, a rich pork bone broth noodle dish, and its vibrant yatai food stalls that offer a variety of street food. Additionally, it serves a major cultural and economic hub in Kyushu, Japan, with historical sites and beautiful coastal views. Well, that's fucking fantastic. All right, the winner of the race gets a bowl of tonkatsu ramen. Katsu, by the way, refers to any breaded meat fillet, I believe. Usually it's called chicken katsu or pork katsu. I mean, I know in Japan they probably call it tonkatsu, but I'm speaking mostly to Americans. Who, if you're in Seattle, by the way, they have some great teriyaki restaurants. They all have chicken katsu there. And they use like a, maybe like hoisin's type sauce to go with it. Really good. That's the one thing I really miss about Seattle is the teriyaki.
And away they go.
It was absolutely incredible. And you could pretend you were eating healthy because it was just grilled meat with the exception of the katsu dishes and rice, white rice, and salad. So you could be like, no, this is healthy. It's just teriyaki, right? Right. Yeah, we won't tell you what's in the teriyaki sauce besides sugar and honey and molasses and all that good stuff. Yeah, no need to worry about that. All right, anyway, we're in Fukuoka. We got under 4 furlongs left to go. We're moving up the rail. We have no chance of getting a revolution. This horse, the one horse in front of me, needs to get out of my way. I'm going to have to aggressively maneuver. There's an opening, and I am maneuvering myself to take advantage. The one stays on the rail. We go to the whip at 1.8, and we forge ahead of the one horse. Coming down the stretch, we're going to pull away 14-11-1-6. That is your super. If you were betting that
We
deep
have a
into
winner.
the finishers. But 14-11, did I say 1? We won. 14-11 won. Yeah, we won our bet. Good times. All right. Nothing moved on our skills. The only skills that aren't red, there's only 3 of them. That's how you know you've got a really nicely bred horse. With just a handful of stuff that isn't red. All right, we could do the Long Beach Stakes. We could do, there was one in San Francisco we went by earlier. Or we could do the China Mile and get Hong Kong out of the way. Pardon me, we're going to do the China Mile. I had to mute the mic while I coughed there. All right, we are the favorites. Kind of a overwhelming favorite. 2.8 to 1. I'm going to pardon myself to get some water. All right, China Mile, 8 furlongs in Hong Kong. We do hold the track record at 134-3. I just want to say, I moved into this new apartment. The water tasted like shit out of the tap. And I bought a zero water pitcher. And I'm not saying it makes the water taste great, but it removes all the bad taste out of the water. And for that reason alone, I would recommend it. Because water, as much as I love drinking stuff other than water, is really good for you.
The horses are on the track.
As long as it's not full of lead and heavy metals and stuff like that. All right, pretty good start here.
And away they go.
Off we go in Hong Kong. I don't know if Xi Jinping still allows the China Mile to take place. Probably not. The decadent West isn't allowed to influence Chinese horse racing anymore. All right, look at that. Over to the rail. We've got a clear shot all the way up the rail. Horses rarely move in. Sometimes they move out, but they rarely move in. When I say sometimes they move out, I mean, I think you've seen literally all the time they move out. But they rarely move in. Although that one horse just did. Especially at the end of the race when you're going around turns, they usually move out. So if you can find yourself on the rail, you know it's a preferred strategy of mine. By the way, we're in line for a revolution. Do I notice?
2 furlongs to go.
Yes, I do. And we're going to break the glass. Now, I'm probably needing it to take the lead here. But we do take the lead. And we're going to go on to a pretty nice victory here. Oof, there you go. Boom.
We have
Another
a winner.
win for Aphrodite. All right, I think we got 2 or 3 countries down. Ooh, we set the track record, beating our own record. And we won. Beautiful. All right, so we won in France. I think we won in Japan. We won in Hong Kong. So let's see what our next race is going to be. Hopefully there isn't a portion of this video where I'm scrolling through my record, seeing which countries we won in, because I didn't bother writing them down. That makes way too much sense. All right, there's an Australian race we just registered for. By the way, we finished second in the Gallup World Series in terms of sprinting with 24 points. And we finished 7th with 12 points in dirt. But we ended up winning the best dirt horse in the normal circuit and the best 4-year-old mare on the normal and special circuit. I think that was 10,000 G's. All right, once we knock out the Australia Stakes here in Sydney, we'll have Australia knocked off the list. And then I think we'll have just 4 more. I think it's 8 total. I'll have England, Ireland, America, and Singapore, maybe. I think that might be it. Oh, and Dubai. Maybe it is 9. Yeah, UAE. All right, so we have 4 down. If we win this one, we have 5 to go. All right, there's the track record, 110-8 by Jupiter Page. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for some live racing tonight. I got a bunch of bets in, but they're not like big bets. They're kind of just for fun bets. You know, bet totals, $2, $3, $5, $1, $1, $1, $1, $1. If I saw some handicapping from maybe like Jonathan Kinchin that was like around $50 for like a pick 5 or a pick 6, I would bet it, you know. All right, we're off after a pretty okay start. Tried to move in, got blocked by this horse next to us. And we get blocked again. Maybe I'm gonna have to stay on the outside, you know? I'm afeared of getting trapped against the rail, so we're gonna move to the outside. If you're on the far outside, nobody can be more outside than you. All right, no chance of the revolutions. We have a slow pace. We're kind of at the rear, but not last. I'm going to swing out wide to give myself some room, go to the whip. I whipped way too much. And now, of course, the game horse can move right in front of me with no penalty. And my horse goes wild again with a whip, and that's all sorts of no good. There should be an inquiry there as well. Yeah, so we're gonna retry that. That, quite frankly, I whipped a little too much coming out of the corner. That's my fault. The horse can take a certain amount of whipping based on the red bar that's underneath the green meter. I wish I knew the technical names for these things, but I don't. But if you whip too much, it will cause the horse to go wild. Which makes sense, you know. Oh boy. All right. So we're off. We're staying to the outside again, I think. A nice little path here for right now. Just taking it really easy. Keeping in the middle of my preferred path here. Thankfully, these outside horses haven't tried to move in. I'm going to go the whip a little bit earlier. And there you can see the red meter underneath the Mobius strip area. And this time we did not cause our horse to go wild, so we will easily win. And chalk Sydney off the list. There we go.
We have a winner!
All right, I must be tired. Usually I don't normally like to view the horse running in front of the grandstand that much. Must have been tired when I recorded that after 2.5 hours of playing horses. By the way, this video has 1 hour and 3 minutes left at this point, so. All right, taking a look here. The stats are pretty much just staying the same. The feel stat, which I believe is responsible for keeping the horse in the zone, is quite low. So keep that in mind. When I have to struggle with keeping the horse in the green, I believe that's why, because the feel stat was only like 65 or 67 or something like that. All right, here I am trying to look at what races we've been in because I'm dumb and I did not write them down. So Australia, yes. Japanese World Cup Sprint, yes. It doesn't tell you where it was at, you know? And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Where did this whole thing start? Like, where did I unlock the ability to be in the horse title? Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. I think right after the Pluto Stakes is when I unlocked it. So Super Mile Cup, that was France. Japanese World Cup Sprint, that was Fukuoka, Japan. And then we raced in, where did we race? Somewhere, and then Sydney, Australia. So I named them off earlier. We still have to race in Dubai. So this is probably going to be a race I do. And then we've got to race in North America. We've got to race in England, Ireland. And that's it. Dubai, England, Ireland, America, and Singapore. All right, I always forget Singapore. So while I muddle around here, just go click the thing and race in Dubai. Good God. We're going to do the Golden Eagle Stakes. There was a Singapore race, but it was grayed out. I think that's the only Singapore race. Rigel Stakes, Queen Mile Stakes, all those are attainable. Or we could do the Summer Sprint Cup in Cambridge. King and Empress is too far. So yeah, there are definitely races out there we could do to get this done. There are only a few locations which only have one race, so just going back to just going back to Dubai. We love racing there. And we'll knock that out. All right, look, that is what's happening today and tomorrow, the World Cup, all those World Cup races. All right, let's go back to the calendar here. And we're going to select the Golden Eagle Stakes. 6 furlongs of dirt sprint. Back in Dubai. I say it all the time, my favorite place to race. As a 7-year-old filly, our 7th year of racing. In theory, we're going to go all 8 years, folks. This is a late growth horse, so in theory, the horse is hitting its apex of skill and ability this year. So I know some people say that's not how you get the best horse in the game. But I think it is really satisfying, especially if you breed a horse that's good enough to start winning Grade 1 races right out of the gate. You can win Grade 1 races for 6 years of racing, from 2 years to 8 years. And that's how you get some of these horse titles, like the 55 Grade 1 wins and stuff like that. All right, we are clearly the favorite at 1.1 to 1.
It's a
And so
beautiful
that's
night for
why
racing.
we were going to win this race. Perfect start, unfortunately, for me.
And away they go. That was a great
Yep,
start.
our horse goes off like a shot. And then we're just not going to do anything. Let everybody else take the lead. And this was, imagine if you're a jockey and you start the race and the favorite takes off like a shot, takes the lead on everybody, and then everybody overtakes the horse that's supposed to win. And then at the end, the horse that's supposed to win comes back and beats everybody again. I'm sure that's got to be very, like, mentally taxing to have to endure that. But we're going to make them endure it right now. Lightning speed kicks in. Right to the front. The 6 trying to hang on. The 4 falling back, way back. Ends up being 11, 3, 6, 4 maybe. But we blow away the field for the Golden Eagle Stakes. This is my I own this race. Aphrodite owns the Golden Eagle Stakes. It is easy to see. Another dominating victory, despite what the jockey readout says. We crushed the field. All right, going to the horse card. 98 for Tenacity, 97 for Fierce, 96 for Courage. I think there's a 95 in there as well. All right, so that is UAE out of the way. I think I'm going to have to try the Singapore Stakes. And this is sketchy because our horse tops out at 8 furlongs in terms of distance. So we're taking a huge risk here, but basically we have to win this race in order to get the horse title. We are clearly the favorite. It's rainy and a yielding track. That's not necessarily great either. But that may be the factor that gets us the victory. Because we are so good on dirt that maybe a muddy dirt track gives us an advantage of some sort. All right, here we are in Singapore. Never raced this race before. 10 furlongs. Oh, pardon me, it's on the turf. Forget everything I said about dirt. That's terrifying. Now that it's on the turf, how are we favored so much? Maybe all the good horses were like, nah, too far to fly. I don't know. Our horse, as you know, prefers dirt to turf. And it's wet turf, yielding turf. That's going to be scary. That it's 10 furlongs instead of 8 is also scary. That we're the oldest horse in the field is a little bit scary. Perfect start here in Singapore.
They're off. That was a great start.
Does this track have a rough? All right, we're falling back. I don't think there is a rough here because there are turns. These horses are going to start moving over. Am I going to move over or am I going to stay on the outside? Or am I going to stay right here and try to shoot the wickets up this pack? Boy, I'm kind of trapped in here. Can I get to the outside? Oh my lord. I would really love to get to the outside right about now. Will this horse let me? I think I got it. Oh, little bump there. All right, we're clear on the outside. Now I feel pretty good. Look at that green meter filling up. Can we max the green meter? Yes. All right, that is a very good sign. We've been running in the blue this entire time. Very good sign. Oh, everybody else is speeding up. We're gonna have to go to the whip. I should have gone to the whip already. All right, we get by that crowd there. Can we run down the 11 horse with a little bit of the whip? Yes. We take the lead. I have energy left, and we're going to win in Singapore.
Oh, they've reached their limit.
All right, the barrier may be cleared. That was really the only thing preventing me. And now I think, what other horse titles could I have won if I had tried to race these races more often? All right, horse titles unlocked. All-rounder, international, and some other one. We set the course record. And I don't mean we won them. I just mean now they're available. Was it Wonder Horse, maybe? All right. Are we going to go on the horse info? 96 staying, 92 stamina. So really, really excellent horse skills here. I hate to say it, but I might have to do that race. Oh my God, I am. I'm gonna have to go 10.5 in Dublin. All the other races in Dublin I don't qualify for. Of 14, I can't do that. Yep. We're gonna have to go back to the well and exceed our horse's capabilities once again to get a win on a track in Ireland. I'm just searching for any other race in Dublin, and there are none. Because we went into next year's calendar. Dublin Gold Cup. And we're not even blue energy. 10.5 furlongs. Test of champions right here. All right, at least we're not the oldest horse. But we still are the favorite. And at least it's firm. All right, let's get this bet in. The Dublin Gold Cup. The last barrier to us winning, I think it's the international title for a win on every country where they have a grade 1 race in this game. All right, kind of a weird curving course here. 10.5 furlongs on the turf. We've never raced it before. We are the favorite at 1.1 to 1. I bet they don't even sell crew beans at this race anymore.
The horses
That's
are
like,
on the track.
I think that's boiled pig's feet. I wouldn't eat them.
And they're off.
Unless they had some
That
really
was
good
a
sauce
beautiful
on them.
start.
All right, they're off. Can we take the rail? Well, we're gonna move to the rail. It doesn't look like we're gonna get trapped at the rail, so I'm comfortable doing this because there's room right there as we're starting to overheat in between the one and where I used to be, right here. So maybe I'll just stay right here because again, horses generally move out, not in. Again, close to overheating, so I'm gonna slow down. That room is starting to go away because these horses are starting to move in. It's terrifying. And we can't get the revolutions, so we're just gonna have to win this on sheer will alone. All right, the one horse moved over, so we have got to go to the outside. And we're gonna go way outside to make sure we have plenty of
They're in the
room.
home stretch.
I think this is a little bit downhill in real life. We're gonna go to the whip,
2 furlongs to go.
and we've got to run down the 8 horse. And that jockey's whip
And
game is not
amazing
like
burst
my
of
whip
speed.
game. We take the lead, and we achieve the victory. Amazing. Why didn't they just tell me this horse had a 10.5 furlong limit?
We have a winner.
It sure looks like it does.
Yes. Horse title earned.
All right, international. Earned. Wonder Horse. Earned. I don't even know what the Wonder Horse was for. And we set the track record 2:05 and 7. And we picked up a little bit of change. Yeah, I don't remember what the qualifications are for Wonder Horse. Hopefully we go look at that right now. All right, so horse we didn't look. All-rounder. So we've got a longer turf race we've got to win. Or we did win, I guess. No, we have to win. I don't think we can do that. I don't think we can race the 12 furlong race. All right, Wonder Horse. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horse titles. I don't remember what Wonder Horse is for. Again, the horse is at the apex of its abilities. We are no energy right now at all. Super Mile Cup. I think we're going to race in that. Or we get the Paris Mile Cup if we regain our energy fully. So we'll do that. And I believe we've raced in this race before. All right, we're the favorites, as we should be. The turf surface looks like it's good. And we're going to be side by side with our rival in this race. Pardon me, I read the thing wrong earlier. The entire video is going to be an hour. All right, we're about 40 minutes in. So we got about 20 minutes left. I said that wrong earlier. Hopefully nobody paid attention to that. Good grief. All right, there's a look at the field. Flying Brian. They named a horse after Brian Pillman.
The horses are on the track.
All right, here we go. Perfect start. Again, I really didn't
And
want
away
to
they
have a
go.
perfect start.
That was a great start.
I still think there's one more horse title out there for us to get. And I think we may unlock it if we win this race. Like the special mile champion or something like that. Basically win 5 8-furlong races in the special category. If we're not overheating the entire time, which we were doing right there. And again, more overheating. I think this horse is becoming less manageable the faster it gets.
Okay, this is where the
Which
race
would be
is won.
hilarious, but also probably true. All right, everybody passed us.
They're in the
We're going to
home
go to the
stretch.
whip here. And lightning speed kicks in
2 furlongs to go.
right to the front.
Show your guts.
We overtake the 6 horse. A little bit more whip. We overtake the
Wow,
4 horse and
terrific
the 8
speed.
horse. We are all alone, cruising to victory. Another win for Aphrodite. Boom.
We have a
All
winner.
right, there it is.
You've reached the horse
Mile
title
champ.
race.
Unlocked. We got to win one more. 8 furlong special category race. Set the track record again. Another track record. Yep. Yeah, it's so funny. You look at the horse card and you think 6 to 8 furlongs. And then now we're talking about my most decorated horse ever. Tenacity 98, Courage 98, Speed well over 100. This is a great horse. Even with the limits of 6 to 8 furlongs, which don't really apply. It's really more like 6 to 10 furlongs. All right, World Cup Sprint, World Cup Mile. We probably going to need the World Cup Mile in Louisville that year. That's right near where I am right now. Looking at the special step real quickly, other horse titles. That one horse title that's up there, I don't think I could win that. I think that's where you win 55 grade 1 races in the career. We're not going to get near that. So if that's what I think it is, we're in no danger of doing that. We are clearly the favorite, favored significantly over the second place horse. And we're going to get our eggs acted in 18.9 to 1. Finally, some good odds. Let's get some more crappy horses in there so my odds get better. All right, World Cup Mile. here at Louisville, aka Churchill Downs. Definitely going to try to get there for a race next year. A live race. I also miss live racing where I'm at least for right now. All right, there is our horse, the favorite on the outside.
The horses are on
And
the
that is a
track.
look at the field. And the hedgerow instead of a rail on the inside.
And
That
away
is a
they
nice
go.
touch.
That was a great start.
All right, we had a really nice start. Starting to move over here, trying to move over. See if we can get over to the rail, see if it's worth our time. Maybe not. Maybe not. Nope, I'm gonna let these horses move over in front of me and I'm gonna stay on the outside.
Okay, this is where the race is won.
And now we are officially dead last, which is exactly where we want to be. We're going to start moving out because everybody's in our way. We're going to go to the whip here. I do not get my special ability to trigger. I want a refund. All right, we're going to have to win this the old-fashioned way by beating our horse
An
to death.
amazing burst of speed.
All right, we take the lead through judicious application of the whip, and we get the victory in the World Cup Mile.
We have a winner.
Inquiry against me?
Yes. Horse title.
What bullshit. All right, there's the horse title mile champ. We set the course record 134 and won. Some bullshit inquiry. Whatever. You never had a chance, loser. All right. 99 courage now. Feel is up to 70. Response up to 89. 99 courage. The horse is just getting even better. Even better at the end of the year. The end of the 7th year. So if you breed a horse like this in this game, keep that in mind. It's going to get better until the end of the calendar year. And then it's going to fall off a cliff. At the end of this calendar year, this horse's abilities are going to take a deep dive, trust me. I don't know if we're going to look at the graph, but it makes it clear it's going to take a dive. Are we going to do the sprint or the mile? We're going to do the sprint because I don't care anymore. Because I don't think there's any horse titles left to win. So the sprint is a straight and it's just easier to do. So we're going to do that. All right, and we're the favorite. Of course, we're going to get our bet in. 5 furlongs on the turf here in Hong Kong. $1.1 to 1 for the favorite. All right, the track record, 58 seconds held by Dress Blues, which may or may not be in this horse's pedigree. Probably, I just don't remember. Actually, I think not. Now that I really think about it, I don't think it is. But another one of my horses holds the track record. Can Aphrodite beat out Dress Blues? I say that it's easily possible that Aphrodite could do this in 56 seconds.
And away they go.
All right, they're off. The 1 and the 10 immediately went to the rear. We are sinking back to join them there. We're already at max green meter. No revolutions are possible. To the whip at 2.4. Look at us just eclipse the entire field, except for the 7 going to the reins. He went to the whip. We didn't need the whip. We're still going to win this race. And we're going to set the track record by 1/10 of 1 second. See, if I'd used the whip, I could have gotten that 56.
We have a winner.
It said we got 57.9. track record for Aphrodite. Another track record for Aphrodite. The amount of track records this time, it's got to be like 10. I've said so many. All right, that's going to be the end of the year here. I'm anticipating winning the similar awards that we won last year. We're going to go back, folks. Yeah, 55 winner. That's one we have no chance of getting. We're going to go back to Dubai, I believe, for our first race next year. Because why not? We always win there. But this is easily the best performing horse I've had so far in the game. Not of all playthroughs, but of this playthrough. All right, I guess we're going to do the February stakes instead. All right, here's the end of the year awards. We finished third in the sprinting category, just 4 points off the lead. We don't register on turf. On dirt, we end up sixth with 12 points, same we had last year. Special horse of the year, best sprinter or miler, best 4-year-old mare, 20,000 G's for that performance this year, folks. Just gets better with age, like fine wine. All right, February stakes here in DC. We are the favorite at 1.8 to 1. We're going to get that exacta bet in. It is snowing. And the track is, I guess, the S is for soft. Snowy? I don't know. I don't know how many times they actually race horses in snow, but that'd be pretty funny. Obviously, you don't want icy snow, but like powdery snow. That'd be funny if they did that. We hold the track record 132-4. Can we beat that today in the snow? Starting our 8th year of racing. It'll say H8 next to, sorry, M8, mare 8. Yes, M8. So we're an 8-year-old mare, and we're in our final year or season of racing. I may not race the entire year if I see the abilities fall off too much. This horse has been so good for so long. I can't allow this horse to be embarrassed in a race. So perfect start there. But when I see the skills start to falter, I'm going to retire the horse. After 6 years of racing at the very apex level of racing. So it has been a fantastic career, any way you slice it, for Aphrodite. All right, little contact there. We move over to the rail. We are betting on the one horse moving out of our way as we're starting to overheat. The one horse must have heard my thoughts and moved out of the way. We've got a clear path to the finish. We're not going to get the revolutions here. So we're just going to wait till probably 2.4. And then we're going to hit the whip. We're probably also not going to get our special ability here, but that's okay because we really don't need it. That's how good this horse is.
They're in the home stretch.
All right, going to the whip. We're waiting because we're moving up over the field. Waited till 1.8. Way, I mean, just our skill level compared to the other horses is way above that. And that's evidenced by this overwhelming win here in DC. February 6th, folks. That's how you get it done. Did we set the course record?
Winner.
I don't think so. No, we did not. 133, even. All right. Now you have to start monitoring that horse ability card really closely. Horse is now 8 years old. It'll soon be time to retire it. 4th week of December, the horse won't be able to race anymore. Yes, we know. All right, stamina took a step down from red into yellow. We still got that 99 plus speed, and that is going to carry us for right now. All right, back to the Golden Eagle Stakes in Dubai. I think we've won this every year we've been eligible to race in it. And that's how you know you've got a great horse. All right, we're going to get that exacta bet in, 5-1. Just the paltry 6.7 to 1 odds. It must be on DraftKings or something. That's how bad the odds are. FanDuel, that's who I use. Their odds are terrible. And when I say use, not for horse racing, but other betting, absolutely abysmal in terms of their odds. And I say that as someone who's never won a bet on FanDuel, so. I missed one on Monday night. I had an anytime Patrick Mahomes touchdown because I thought throwing touchdowns count. Well, I'll never do that again. I had him parlayed up with the Chiefs. So we're just going to hold our bets on that
It's a
for now.
beautiful night for racing.
Until we get some college stuff on Saturday. All right.
And away they go.
Off we go. Under the lights for the very last time. It's got to be a little nostalgic. After this race is over, the horse will probably have to go cry in her beer, but this is going to be the last time that horse races on the Dubai track under the lights. Bittersweet. All right, we're slowly increasing our speed. We have no chance of getting the revolutions. It is a slow pace. We're going to go to the whip. No special ability. We really don't need our special ability. That's how good we still are. To the front, a little bit of the whip to salt the field away. And an easy victory here under the lights in Dubai.
We have a winner.
110 and 9. And we got a little bit of money. All right, again, we got to closely monitor the skills going down. Still have a 99 speed, but almost everything but courage has started to precipitously decline. So we got speed and we got courage, and that's enough to win a lot of races. I think 35 grade 1 wins, 39 races. I think we're going to go for 40 races. See if this horse had a better racing interval. We could challenge for that 55, but it doesn't. It doesn't have enough stamina to win that many races, in my opinion. All right. Scraping for a race. No, we're not going to go back to Singapore. There's nothing out there. Long Beach. I really want to stick to dirt at this point in my career, if I can. And I just say that because dirt is our best surface. So we're going to go back to Nagano. Still an overwhelming favorite, so that's good. If speed and courage were all you need, then we're in good shape. Once we lose that speed, though, oh, that's going to be a blow. All right, Nagano Stakes. We hold the track record 134 and 2. 8 furlongs on the dirt. And I believe, unfortunately, we're way on the outside again. But the good thing is we are the favorite. Holy shit, we're on the far outside. I didn't realize they screwed me like that.
The
Good
horses
grief.
are on the track.
Talk about making a guy work for it. That's pretty much the perfect start you could hope
And
for.
away they go.
We've got to aggressively move over, I think. Yeah, aggressively. Yep, a little contact there. We've got to move over and save this ground. Through that turn, and the rail is open. So hopefully this can pay off. We are way behind everybody else. Gradually increasing speed. We're up in the green. That was kind of where we wanted to be. And then my horse is like, yeah, let's slow down some more.
Okay, this is where the race is won.
All right, green meter's full. We might have to whip really early. We might have to whip at like 2.7. All right, what am I waiting for? All right, 2.4 went to the whip. Got to move in a little bit there. All right, all smooth sailing from here. We're going to the front. The 7 horse
An amazing burst of speed.
is disposed with a little more whip. I think moving in saved us in that race. Nagano Stakes in the bag for the last time. For
We
our
have a
horse.
winner.
And we made a little money. All right, not a lot of energy. As you can see, speed is down to 98. Courage is still 99. Last thing to go is the courage this horse has built up over its career. But there aren't a lot of races left out here that we can race in that I'm seeing. So we're going to retire. All right, we earned 3 stars, 40 races, 36 wins, 36 wins at grade 1. We earned 8 horse titles. We set 14 course records. And we are in the Hall of Fame with Aphrodite, a tremendous horse. All right, as you can see, easily the best horse in terms of race performance. Not in terms of titles, but in terms of race performance. So yeah, Aphrodite's been my best horse. We're going to try to surpass that next time out. We're going to breed another horse. Maybe it won't be a late developing horse. Maybe it'll just be a sustained development horse, which in my opinion can't win those 55 race titles, but we're going to try to get a horse with more stamina, quicker recovery when we do that breeding, so we can go for that 55 title. We're going to save our game file here. I think we're going to have 30 of the 60 stars in the title collection, which we do. And maybe after we breed a handful of more horses, we can start thinking about the Field of Legend. And basically, you've got to have a horse that's good at every type of race there is. So you got to have a dirt sprinter, a turf sprinter, a medium distance turf, a medium distance dirt, a long distance turf, at least from what I remember. So that'll be out there in the ether. Thanks for watching. See you next time.